Gave up a TV job to start a podcast in your basement. If that doesn't scream midlife crisis, I don't know what does.
It was Championship Sunday here in Indianapolis. What's the mindset then coming in as a defending champion?
I want to win. No, I want to win.
The young lady over my shoulder, Caitlin Clark.
Not the best looking guy. And I don't think anyone's going to sit here and say, Matt Randazzo was really good looking.
What has this last month, 2 months, 3 months been like for you? It's an important fan base for the Fighting Illini, is it not?
It is.
He turned 69 years young last week. You look good, Coach.
Oh, try it. Thank you.
Welcome to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo on a Wednesday, not in the Quad Cities once again, but in Iowa City for the second straight day as we are ready for Iowa Basketball Media Day for the men. Yesterday we had the women taking center stage. Can't thank Bailey Turner, the Iowa Athletic Department, the people here at Carver Hawkeye Arena enough for letting us crash Carver Hawkeye yesterday. We had a blast. If you missed yesterday's show, go check it out. It was a ton of fun. Addie Deal, Taylor Stremlow, Taylor McCabe, Coach Jensen, all of those people joining us yesterday. So check out yesterday's show. But today, about the men, and we're going to talk to a lot of Hawkeyes throughout the next hour and a half here at Carver Hawkeye Arena, including a regular here on the show. He doesn't even know it yet. Cooper Koch joining me right now. Welcome to the show. Well, thank you for having me here at your house, I guess.
Of course. You're always welcome.
This has been a bunch of fun. In fact, I'm going to turn your microphone on so it works a little better. There we go. Happy Media Day. Second time around. What's, I guess, the biggest difference between last year's Media Day and this year's Media Day for you? Obviously, different head coach, different player, all that kind of stuff. But personally for you, what's the biggest difference?
I would just say the excitement around the program right now. I know a lot of people are eager to see us pack this place come November, and we're excited for it to be packed, and just the excitement with the new jerseys, new everything, really.
The new jerseys, I was going to get to that. I love them on social media. I would have made a couple tweaks, but I give it an a solid A, not an A plus, an A. Your thoughts on how did you guys get them? When did you see them? Take me through that, because this kind of stuff's important to you guys, isn't it?
To be honest, I'm not a big jersey guy, but I know some people are. I think they look cool. They're pretty sleek, pretty clean, so that's all I care about.
So I got to go back to your dad's days. Is your dad a jersey guy?
I would assume not.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, because I want the script eye. I don't know if your dad had them or not, but I love the script Iowa when it comes to that kind of stuff. But they look nice. There is an excitement here. What has it been like at the university? You're the lone. Are you the lone carryover from?
There's one more.
Okay, one more. You two. What's it been like? I know we've kind of talked about this in the past, but what's it been like for you, kind of bridging the gap? But it's almost like there's others taking you along with because of the bridge between maybe Drake and the University of Iowa. What's it been like for you?
It's been a fun experience. It's been fun to learn from these guys on the court, basketball-wise, but then also kind of show them the ropes here in Iowa City and just how it's like here in Carver and then just out in the town.
How does Cooper Koch fit into this system, what you guys want to do? Is it vastly different than what you were doing? Is there nuances, differences? Kind of take me through that process of being in a new system now here at the University of Iowa.
I'd say the systems are pretty different, but being able to stretch the floor and shoot it kind of carries over. Being able to screen and pop or come off the screen sometimes, it carries over, and it's able to fit into this system really well.
Absolutely. Cooper Koch joining us right now and off the air with Matt Randazzo. Cooper, your freshman year was frustrating. I don't know if that's a good way to put it or not.
Yeah, I'd say that's.
How eager are you, and what was that process like? Not just getting back on the court, but being off the court and having to deal with things that are beyond your control, health-wise.
It was definitely tough last year, having to sit out and then watch the team struggle a little bit down the stretch, and knowing I could have been out there to help at least a little. But I'm excited to be back on the court, be back to show what I can do, and hopefully provide a spark and a lot of excitement for this team.
How do you look out there? How has it all come to, 100% obviously. How are you feeling? How's your game progressing? Kind of that kind of stuff. I asked Addie Deal to scouting report herself yesterday. She did a good job of it. So I'm going to ask you the same, because a lot of Iowa fans haven't gotten to see a lot of your games and a lot of what you can do. I got to watch you in high school a little bit, being from the Morton area. Give people a scouting report maybe of what they can expect from a Cooper Koch.
I would say just hard worker that's going to stretch the floor, shoot the three, then work his butt off on the offensive glass, defensive glass, and on defense.
You got a little attention. I think it was from my show. Maybe it's to other people as well. But the workouts were intense.
Yeah.
Are they still intense? And have you gotten used to the intensity of the practices?
You definitely get used to it very quickly.
You have to.
I don't know if it was just what I ate that morning or what, but nothing's happened like that since.
So just to fill people in, if not, lunch came up. Is that a safe way to say it?
Yeah,
lunch
that's a safe way to say it.
So reappeared, but you're back and rocking and rolling once again.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this team, because you're learning a new team. They're learning you. Everybody's learning each other. What are these guys like? I guess we'll start off the court. What are these guys like, and how have you guys meshed off the court first?
It's a great group of guys. There's not one person that I'd say I wouldn't hang out with off the court.
Okay.
They're just easy to get along with, whether it's going to get food or going to the gym to get shots up together. It's just a great group of guys that really meshes together.
On the court, obviously there's some chemistry with the Drake guys coming over, you mixing in with a lot of other newcomers as well. What has that process been like, maybe learning new roles and figuring out where these pieces fit going into the season?
I would say some of the Drake guys from last year are definitely learning new roles. Like Isaia Howard, he was more of a kind of a workhorse, just kind of comes in and does everything, and now he's got to handle the ball a little bit more, come off screens. And then it's been good to kind of mesh with them and then mesh with the new guys. So they're kind of bringing us all along and kind of showing us the ropes with how it's done around here.
So there's a guy by the name of Bennett Stirtz. I don't know, have you met him?
I have met him once. Yeah.
once, of course. There's a lot of hype around that young man, and we got to watch it at Drake last year. You now see it each and every day in practice. What is he like day in and day out? And does the, I don't want to say hype meet what you've seen, but what have you seen? What have you expected from that guy?
I knew he was pretty good coming in, and he's just exceeded my expectations. Wow. He's a really good player, really good passer, shooter, and he knows when to create for himself and when to create for others. And I think the biggest thing about him is his competitive nature.
He don't like to lose?
No, he does not like to lose.
I like that. I think Iowa fans will like that as well. You mentioned passer. Can you expand on that a little bit? Because in today's day and age of basketball, and I'm not saying players are selfish, but everyone wants to score it. And I think he's just as good at the other aspects as he is obviously a really good shooter. Kind of talk about, and you have to like that. If you know if you're open, you're going to get the ball.
Yeah. If he'll find you. He's coming off those screens, and you'll think the big's not open, and then he'll just dime a pass through legs over their heads, or he'll see the skip passes. It's really phenomenal.
Cooper Koch joining us on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. I don't want to say compare and contrast Fran and Ben. That's not fair to you. But what's Ben like? I guess is the best question. What's everyday like? What's practices like? What has, and how quickly have you gotten comfortable with him? Because you had a decision to make when everything went down as well. How quickly did you get comfortable with him?
You get pretty comfortable pretty quickly because you're around these guys so often, whether it's on the court or in the locker rooms, at TT training table, or just in their offices. You're around him a lot. And then I would say he's pretty intense. He doesn't like to lose. I'd say he's one of the more competitive people on the staff, and you get used to that really quickly.
It's funny because when people think of your former coach, they think intense. Is he more intense than your former coach?
I would say it's intense in a different way.
Okay, explain if you can.
Fran was intense, like you got to know the plays, you got to run it right, or else he's going to get mad at you, because we went over that a lot. Coach McCollum's intense. You got to give your 100% effort all the time.
Sure.
On defense, on offense, and on the offensive glass.
So people learning and getting to know Cooper Koch, we're trying to figure, obviously we know the Bennett Stirtz of the world. Give me another guy that maybe has caught your eye that fans can be excited about in practice and this season at the University of Iowa. I'm sure there's a lot of them, so it's kind of putting you on the spot. I'm not telling you to pick your favorite or anything like that.
It's hard to pinpoint one. I'd say a lot of the freshmen are really surprising me, because trying to picture myself in their role, coming in with a whole new coaching staff, whole new just role, having to come off the bench after being the star player on your high school team. I'd say they've really stepped it up and kind of provided a spark when practices have been in a lull.
Cooper Koch joining us. You've been on the show before, and we got into a later discussion about Carver Hawkeye that we didn't expand on. I figure we maybe expand on a little bit here. Ticket sales are up. I don't know if, and I think somebody did ask the university. I think they're up 1,200, 1,500. Don't quote me on that. Probably shouldn't talk about it on a show if I don't know the numbers. But I do know that tickets are up, which is exciting for you. And we said, how do you get people back in the seats at Carver Hawkeye? And the women's basketball program sold out this year. Have you feeling that new energy just around campus and everything like that?
For sure. There's definitely a big excitement around campus. And I think one way to do that is us engaging with the fans.
Sure.
Going out and inviting them to games, or just doing the hoops downtown thing that we have this Friday. That's one great way to get fans, and then just the students here as well.
Look at him hitting the talking points as well, throwing in the hoop. That is Friday downtown, and it's free, right?
Free.
Pretty sure it's free. Everybody can come and check it out. Check out some of the players as well. Energy-wise in this place, it's always energetic when it's full. Is there anything else you would? And we talked about moving students. I think they're moving some down a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but are there things that you would do, or what are some ideas that maybe you players talk about getting this place more electric, more maybe pulling from other places that you see on the road in the Big Ten?
I would say, just like you said, moving the students closer, because I know they have their seats, but like they got the little podium going up right behind us, which I think that's a great idea. Maybe do it at both ends, or do the students wrapped around the bottom. Just bring a little bit more excitement down near the court.
Do you hear that from students? Do you hear that from classmates that say, like, we wish we were closer, we would come more if we're closer? Those kind of the big thing at the University of Iowa has been like the chicken and the egg. Like, you know, if you move them down there and they don't show up, it looks bad. But if you don't, maybe they're not going to come. Have you heard from classmates, hey, like, we want to be in the action, we want to be a part of this?
I have heard a lot this year with the new excitement around the coaching staff and all the new players that they're going to come to the games, and I know that they would love to be closer to the action if possible.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask you these questions before because I don't know if you knew your teammates. Now I think you know them a little bit better. I asked some of the girls yesterday, is there a clown? Is there a guy that's just Oh, in a nice way, a class clown in a nice way, like a jokester, a guy who's always trying to be funny?
I would say Alvaro.
Oh, really?
Alvaro's the Spaniard in him. He's good at cracking some jokes sometimes or just being goofy.
How has he been like? I think that's another, because people know what they're going to get from Bennett Stirtz. I don't know if people have familiarized themselves with Alvaro enough. And I'm excited because I think he's coming to be over on the show here in a little bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can entertain the people that are watching. What is he like on the court wise? He's super talented, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's very talented. I'd say he's probably the best passer on the team.
Okay.
Just the way that
And Bennett's good.
yeah, Bennett's really
So that's
good.
saying something.
Yeah, just the way he sees stuff, because he's able to palm the ball and just manipulate it and then hit you when you don't think you're open, and he'll find you. But he brings a lot of energy, especially if you're coming off that screen and you see him with his big long arms coming at you, you get a little scared.
I love it. Here's what I love is he's smiling because he's a shooter and he's got guys that like to pass. No
Yeah.
wonder you're happy. I'd
I
be
know.
happy too. How's your dad? How's your family? Everything good?
They're all doing good. Yeah.
Is Dad excited about everything that's going on and stuff?
Yeah, Dad's been to a couple practices, and I know he's really excited for me and just for the program.
I know I asked you this. I even posted. I can't. But you're better than Dad now, right? He doesn't play one-on-one. He still
doesn't
shoots.
play. Yeah, he'll shoot.
Can he still shoot it?
Mm-hmm.
Can he shoot it like you?
No.
Could he shoot it like you? Do you think so do you go back and watch old school, like, did you grow up watching, like, if I was your dad, and I'm not because I was never talented, but
Right.
I would have my kids sitting down like every Sunday to watch one of my games. Did he do
There-
when did you see your dad play the first time, I guess?
I've always seen like clips online
The
of him and-
highlights,
yeah,
the good
highlights.
stuff.
Yeah. But there was a VHS tape during COVID.
I'm proud of you for knowing
he-
what a VHS tape is.
To be honest, I didn't before then, but he plugged it in, and I think we watched. It was one of his games overseas.
Okay.
So he was playing against some more grown men, and it was a good game, obviously, or
Yeah.
else he wouldn't show us. But he
Absolutely.
looked pretty good.
No, he did. He was a heck of a basketball player. Him and this process with you, because you had decisions to make and things were, and it happened so quick. I remember talking to you like, it's just a whirlwind.
Yeah.
How much did he help you during that process, knowing the game of basketball, knowing coaches, knowing systems and fitting in? And you know, he went overseas and played all over the place. And
Yeah.
How important has he been for you?
He's really important with just anything that happens to me in my life with basketball or just anything. But it definitely helps having someone by your side that knows the game and knows coaches, knows what you should be looking for to get you to success at this level and then success at the next level. So he was able to help me figure out where I should go visit, what coaches I should be talking to, and then to just take my time and trust my instincts.
Before we let you go, I asked the girls this yesterday, so it might be a different question for you guys. You probably just hit up Taco Bell or something, but is there a cook on the team? And if you had to have like a teammate cook for you for like a week, who would it be?
This might be a little controversial, but we got two pretty good cooks on the
Okay,
team.
I like
for
this.
different
I should have
things.
said that way because now I'm getting in trouble because I asked the girls and not the guys. So I'm asking both so I don't
Yeah.
get in trouble.
If I want something grilled, I'm either going to ask Tavion or Tate.
Okay.
But if I want a certain like pasta, then I'm going to go to Joey Mattioni.
Well, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course he is.
Exactly.
I'm intrigued by that because I am a good Italian cook.
Yeah.
So I mean, grilling wise, I feel like there's probably a lot of guys that like to grill.
Yeah.
Like grilling is like that thing where you just go outside and you throw stuff on the grill and all that kind of stuff. Have you told have people looked to you on like places to eat in Iowa City? The new guys, all the new guys that have come in here.
I think I definitely introduced guys to Estella's,
Okay.
which has turned into some of the fan favorites. But also Gray's downtown. It's also a really good spot.
Is Estella's or Gray's? Are they NIL money for you yet?
Estella's, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say they can be.
Yeah.
If not, well, there you go. I want to
Yeah.
make sure that if they're, what was the other one?
Gray's.
Gray's, you could be.
Yeah.
You could be. Give him a call. No. So well, Cooper, super excited. When you guys get rolling? What's the first?
November 4th.
November 4th. How excited are you guys to get out here? I know there's some games ahead of Xavier, and then Xavier comes to Carver Hawkeye.
Yep.
How excited? It's not a finished product yet, but
Right.
if you guys had to play today, would you be pretty excited and ready to do it?
I'd be definitely 100% excited.
All right, and ready though. Is this team ready? Do you feel like you're gonna? And I guess I should ask you goal-wise before I let you go. What are the goals of this team? Like everybody, and you look at these publications, these experts. I have you guys finishing number 1 in the Big Ten because you're sitting next
That's our
to me.
goal.
But what expectations do you guys set? What goals do you guys set?
First in the Big Ten.
Okay,
Yeah. Win the regular season and then make it as far as we can in the tournament.
I love it. Goals for yourself? Do you put goals and expectations on what you want to do personally? You don't have to tell me what they are, but do you do it?
Not really. I'd write stuff down at the start of the season of what I want to accomplish, but team goals come first.
Stay healthy.
I will.
I've seen this guy play in high school. The kid can shoot the heck out of it, almost as good a shooter as me. No, he's a much better shooter than me, and you're a better shooter than your old man as well. Cooper Koch joining us on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Cooper, just the start of a lot of players and coaches that will join us here on Off the Air, live from Carver Hawkeye Arena. We're going to hit a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after this. All right, be honest. Are you craving Hungry Hobo again? You know, that fresh sliced meat piled high on those amazing sandwiches, hot off the grill chicken and steak with all those delicious toppings, the biggest and best selection of baked potatoes, or simply some waffle fries dipped in cheese. Well, now that Quad City favorite is even easier to get. Download the Hungry Hobo app today. Order ahead, skip the line, and earn rewards all at the same time. There's Double Points Monday and exclusive specials as well. With 12 locations in the Quad City area, it's Hungry Hobo. Now even easier to find, but still hard to resist.
Rafferty Funeral Home, dedicated to serving families in the Quad Cities since 2007.
Hi, welcome. Yeah, come on in.
An experienced staff plans each service to reflect the unique life and legacy of your loved one. Rafferty Funeral Home is proud to serve our community with dignity, respect, and compassion, helping you to celebrate your traditions and lasting memories no matter your faith, culture, or budget. Rafferty Funeral Home in Moline. Call today to discuss prearrangements.
When it comes to quality, convenient pizza, Godfather's Pizza in Silvis has you covered. Featuring a beautiful dine-in area, delivery, and a carry-out window. Godfather's Pizza is that pizza you grew up with, not a convenience store. You see, at Godfather's Pizza, the dough is made fresh daily. That mozzarella cheese is shredded fresh and never frozen. And those toppings are abundantly piled high each and every time. Locally owned and operated since 2010, Godfather's is a huge supporter of local athletes right here in the Quad Cities. So come on by and check them out at 1211 Avenue of the Cities in Silvis. Order online at godfathers.com and reunite with that same delicious pizza you grew up with. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo, live at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Big Ten Media Day, Iowa Basketball Media Day, I should say, here in Iowa City. Yesterday, the ladies took center stage. We did a show from here as well yesterday. Make sure you check that out. Addie Deal, Taylor Stremlow, Taylor McCabe, all joining me. Journey Huseman from the Quad Cities. Coach Jan Jensen, nice enough to come over and stop by and say hi. And we also talked with Kyle Huseman from the Hawkeye Report. So go check out yesterday's show when it comes to Iowa women's basketball. But we're talking Iowa men's basketball here today. Just wrapped up with Cooper Koch, the now sophomore forward at the University of Iowa. I guess probably redshirt freshman, sophomore at the University of Iowa. Freshman last year. The lone, I think there's two holdovers from the Fran McCaffrey era. Cooper Koch is one of them, so kind of bridging the gap between the old and the new. And we just mentioned with Cooper Koch, he's somebody that I was lucky enough and got to see play in high school. Really good basketball player, can shoot the heck out of it, really good size, 6'8", 6'9". Everybody remembers his dad, J.R. Koch, former Hawkeye as well. So excited to see what Cooper Koch can do on the floor. And when you look at it, when it comes to Cooper Koch, super talented and just injured last year and went through it, got through it, and I think he's going to be an integral part. One of the players that I'm really excited to see kind of grow under Ben McCollum here at the University of Iowa as well. We're waiting on Bennett Stirtz here in just a minute, taking a few pictures. He's going to join us. Also, Alvaro Frugaris is going to join us as well later in the show, and several others. Coach Ben McCollum upstairs addressing the rest of the media right now in the press conference room, and then he'll come down. He'll join us as well. Hoping to see Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen as well. So we've got a very busy next 90 minutes for you right here on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Really excited about it as well. A lot of great feedback from yesterday's show. So I want to thank the people who have reached out. We appreciate it. We got to do this for Iowa Football Media Day, and it worked out great. So again, thank you to the athletic department here at the University of Iowa. Thank you to James Allen today. It was Bailey Turner yesterday. Really good people that are allowing me to bring Off the Air on the road here to Carver Hawkeye Arena, and it's been a bunch of fun so far. And okay, like I said, we're just getting warmed up as well. We got a lot to get to throughout the rest of the week here on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. This is day number 2 of 3 in which we're going to be on the road. Yesterday here at Carver Hawkeye, today at Carver Hawkeye as well. And then coming up on Friday, we'll take the show on the road as we do every high school football Friday. A really good rivalry, really good game in the Western Big Six. It's Moline at United Township. We'll be at the Soul Bowl. Excited because a familiar name for people not in the Quad Cities watching this, but Scott Harding, Brock Harding's dad, the athletic director now at United Township, and Moline's athletic director, Todd Thompson, will both join us, and maybe a little wager will be put on some of the games between the Maroons and the Panthers. Excited about that. Nick Welch will be along, so a big day. The guys from View from the West will join us as well, so there will be plenty of things to get to on Friday's show as well. Speaking locally when it comes to high school football as well, the Alleman Pioneers forfeiting their game once again against Geneseo on Friday. There will be a junior varsity game, so it's really good for Geneseo to get senior night, get a crowd in there, all those kind of things. So maybe a happy medium between the two of them, but unfortunately numbers at Alleman down, injuries and all those kind of things. So Alleman at least one more week in which the varsity team at least will wait it out. There'll be a JV game starting at 7 o'clock out at Bob Reed Field as well. So kind of the news and notes from around our area as well, and we'll kind of get back to basketball here in a second because a lot of the buzz recently has been around a new face here at the University of Iowa, and I'll let Bennett Stirtz come and sit on down. Bennett Stirtz joining me and meeting me for the first time, so thank you for coming over here and doing this. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
A lot of energy, I think, not just here at Carver Hawkeye, but around Iowa City when it comes to Iowa basketball. What have you kind of seen as you've come onto campus and maybe the energy around the fan base and Iowa basketball once again in general?
Yeah, there's just a level of excitement that I've never been a part of. I mean, there was a great fan base at Drake, but it's nothing like Iowa here. There's a great fan base, loyal, just a lot of excitement, and they're ready for a change. So
Cooper was just over here, and he said you're the most competitive, you're most competitive guy he's maybe been around. Where does that come from? Is that true, I guess?
It is true. Sometimes out of fault. Maybe I'm too competitive sometimes, but yeah. It comes from my dad. My dad was a coach, my whole family. And they just grew up, and I was always been competitive. I had 3 other brothers, and we just played sports all the time, and I was not happy to lose.
Oh, and neither should you be out there
Yeah.
if you're a young person. Losing, you don't always have to be okay with it. Making the transition here, what has it been like getting to Iowa City? You have some familiar faces. You got a bunch of new faces as well, new facilities, all that kind of stuff. What's the transition been like getting to the University of Iowa?
It's been super fun, just bringing 6 guys over from Drake, but also having 8 other guys that just getting to know more and more. And we love being around each other and love hanging out, and made a lot of memories so far and looking forward to making more this year.
Was there a decision to come to the University of Iowa for you? I think a lot of people think outside looking in, well, he's just going to follow Ben wherever Ben was going to go. Was there a decision to be made when it came to where you wanted to play your next season of college basketball?
Yeah, it was. If I played college basketball, I was going to be here with Coach Mack. But the other part of the decision was the NBA, and that's what people didn't know about, like how close it was. So that was part of the decision of, should I go to college basketball? Should I go to the NBA? Should I test the waters? Stuff like that.
Did you go back and forth in your head?
Yeah, I did go. In my head, yes. But luckily I had a great support system.
I've never had to make that decision.
Yeah.
What goes into it?
A lot of time. You got to sit with your thoughts. And, yeah, luckily I have a great support system with my family and Coach Mack. So they helped me out a lot. And then I also had to sign with the agent, so with the pro stuff. So it was a whole debacle. It was a busy spring, but glad I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to that next level, you know that's out there. I think people know that's out there. When did people start realizing that, or when did you see yourself associated with that level? I think it was for myself, it was probably midway through last year where people were talking about it as well. Did you always think that everyone wants to say, hey, I can play in the NBA. I wanted to.
Yeah.
When did you know that you could play at that next level?
It was probably midway through the season, like you said. That's when people started telling me that I had a shot. I feel like I'm the same player since D2, but you just get a lot more light shined on you, and you're in the know. Like, people know about you more and more because you're on TV now and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was probably midway through the season, and just trying not to make that a distraction.
You said if you're going to play college basketball, you're going to play for Coach Mack. Why is that? What is it about that guy, that dude? I know you've been with him from the start. What is it about that guy that makes him so special?
He cares about you off the court. I know I say this a lot, but there's 2 stories that I like to tell. I got engaged this past summer, and he called me right before I was about to propose and give me a pep talk and be like, this is
hold on. No, take me through a pregame pep talk. And then a pre-engagement pep talk. Was it similar? Was he like,
no, not
all
at
right,
all.
Bennett, you
No.
got to do this? And
He related it to basketball, so it was.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he did. He's like, you're probably more nervous than you're going to be in the national championship next year. So
I like that.
He said that, and then just saying this is the biggest decision of your life. So that obviously didn't help the nerves, but yeah, he's just a great dude. He sends me book recommendations all the time. So just things like that he cares about you and the person that you are off the court instead of just a basketball player.
I want to ask you about being engaged because, at college, and you see it in the football team. There's like 3 football players at Iowa that are married.
Yeah.
And you talked about that support system, and obviously families are very important with that, but you have someone to go through ups and downs with. Is that when you talk about support system, obviously she's a big part of that, correct?
Huge part. And she's had a long journey as well in the college career like me. I've transferred 3 times. Well, 2 times. She's transferred 2 times. She was at Tennessee and then K-State. And now she's living up here with Cam's girlfriend.
Okay.
So they're in North Liberty. And, yeah, she's having a blast here, and it's fun not being long distance with her, that's for sure.
I don't even know her, but you're probably out kicking your coverage, right?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah,
Okay,
I am very
don't
lucky.
mess it up.
Nope, I
All
won't.
right, get married as fast as you can. I convinced a girl to do that a long time ago, and she's stuck with me. So congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
What's this team like? You talked about 6 guys, 8 guys that are new, putting it all together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. What does it look like so far?
Just goofy dudes who can lock in at any moment. That's how I like to put it. We love being around each other, but when it's time to get work done, we get work done.
What is this? Will this team look similar to Drake? Will it look different? I mean, it's obviously same styles and stuff. People just kind of equate like, okay, it's Drake at Iowa.
Yeah.
Is it that simple to say?
No, it's not that simple. We've got different dudes, of course, and we've got pick and pop threats, so there'll be more spacing out on the floor, which is huge for us. And then we won't play as slow. We have more dudes, more depth, and more shooting, so we won't play as slow as well.
Can you give me a player or 2 that has impressed you early on? I know everybody. It's like picking your favorite kid. So but is there 1 or 2 that you can pick and talk about?
Brendan Hansen, Isaia Howard, Cale Combs. Those are the 3 that have played really well these past few weeks and are going to help us out a lot. Brendan Hansen can obviously shoot it. Every time I pass it, it's got a 95% chance of going in. So that's always fun.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's just a threat. Like, even if he doesn't shoot it, the gravity goes towards him and opens up more opportunities for other people. Isaia Howard, he just plays super hard on the defensive end. He's a guy who we're going to need and rely on. And then Cale Combs, with me off the ball sometimes, it's good. He has the ball in his hands most of the time when I'm off the ball. So he's been super good these past few weeks and has been helping us out a lot.
Some goofy questions before I let you go.
Yeah.
Is there a class clown, a goofball in this team?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Alvaro Figueras from Spain.
2 for 2.
Yeah,
it's
going to be every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What is it about that guy?
He's from Spain, so he brings like a different level of goofiness. Like, it's not like U.S. humor, it's Spain humor. Yeah. So it's something that we haven't seen before, and then he just doesn't care sometimes, so he does whatever he wants.
That can be fun.
Yeah.
On the court, how good is he?
Oh, super good.
Because I think people are wondering about this team, question mark wise. I think he's one of the guys that people don't know a lot about.
People don't know a lot about him. He's a pick and pop threat. He can pass it really well. He's super good, and if he can be consistent on the defensive end, he'll be super good for us.
I asked the ladies this yesterday at Women's Media Day, so I'm asking all the guys too, so I don't get in trouble. If you had a teammate make dinner for you or feed you for 1 week, who would it be?
Tate Sage. It's easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Is that because?
He grills for us.
Okay.
Yeah. What did Cooper say?
Cooper said him, and then he said, and it makes Italian food.
Joey Mattioni. Yep. Those are the top 2 for sure.
But
yeah.
as an Italian guy, I appreciated the pasta and all that kind of stuff. If you could have dinner with one person, whoever in this world ever, who would it be and why?
Man.
This ain't no easy
I know.
interview, right?
I've never got asked that question. That's a really good question.
Because I feel like it's redundant on my show.
So. I'd probably go with LeBron James. I know it's cliche, but
Bennett, we just met, and I want to like you. So we're gonna ask this question: MJ or LeBron?
LeBron.
All right, that's all we have time. No, I'm just kidding. I know you have, but have you watched the old school Michael stuff?
I have, yeah.
You still respect it?
Oh, yeah, he's number 2 for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We'll continue that
Okay,
argument maybe
let's
a
do
little
it.
later date and all that kind of stuff. Expectations for this team?
Be the best version we can be, and if we do that, we can win 6 games in the tournament.
I hate to cut you off. Do
No.
you see the preseason stuff? Do you guys read it? Do you
Oh,
care
yeah, we
about
read it. Yeah.
Does it fuel?
Not really. We were picked middle of the pack in the Valley last year. We see it all, but we don't take it to our egos at all. We just keep working, and cool. We're middle of the pack. We're not bottom or top, but it doesn't matter at all. We'll let the people say what they want to say. It doesn't matter.
Last one for you. Do you have expectations for yourself on where you? I mean, every day I open up my email and there's a different Bennett Stirtz email about winning this award or that award, or being on this watch list, that watch list. A lot of expectations. What are your expectations for yourself?
I don't really have any expectations. I'm going to take it one game at a time, one practice at a time. There's obviously going to be ups and downs in the season. I'm going to miss shots. I'm going to make shots. So just be consistent in my work and just have good faith throughout the season.
Bennett Stirtz, nice to meet you. Thank you for just
Nice to meet
randomly
you.
going over
Of
to the
course.
corner and saying, hey, this goofy guy wants to talk to you and
Heck
actually
yeah.
listen to it. I appreciate it.
Great questions.
Bennett Stirtz, we appreciate him. We got more to get to. You're watching Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities.
Give me the keys. Learning to drive can be stressful for both the student and, yes, the parent as well. Relax. There's an easy way to avoid the stress. Skiles Driving School in East Moline has been helping new drivers hit the road with confidence for over 20 years. Whether you're a teen earning your first license or an adult looking for behind-the-wheel training, we've got you covered. Their certified instructors are patient, experienced, and use modern vehicles equipped for safety and comfort. From classroom instruction to real-world driving, we make learning safe, affordable, and even fun. Call 309-278-0098 or visit skylesdriving.com. Skiles Driving School. Get in, buckle up, drive your future forward.
Are you looking to take your next party, tailgate, or golf outing to the next level? You need mobile party experience. MPX features 3 top-of-the-line party trailers equipped with all the amenities you need to party like a rock star. Smart TVs, Yeti coolers, JBL sound systems, grills, bathrooms, and much more. Mobile party experience is an experience like no other. Check out my-mpx.com or call 563-514-1470 and book your mobile party experience today. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo, live at Iowa Basketball Media Day. We were with the ladies yesterday. Now it's the men taking center stage. Basketball season right around the corner. We've talked with Cooper Koch. We've talked with Bennett Stirtz now. Isaia Howard joining us now on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Welcome to Iowa City, my friend.
Thank you.
What's the transition been like for you? One of 6 Drake players following Coach McCollum over here. What's it like to be a Hawkeye now?
Feels good, the new place. I think the biggest transition is like everything except basketball, finding new places to eat, what roads take you where, just where everything's at, just a bigger school. I'm from a small high school, and even Drake wasn't that big as a university, so just getting used to all the people and just where things are.
No, absolutely. You look at this team, and there are those 6 Drake guys, and then there's 8 new guys that are kind of fixing it, fitting in, and all that kind of stuff. As the 8 Drake guy or the 6 Drake guys, one of them, it's almost like you're the veteran here and the new guy here at the school. How have you helped maybe the new guys in Coach McCollum's system and what he wants to do on the basketball floor?
We were definitely an older team last year at Drake, so just learning from them and how they taught me, and just try to use that to teach them and just help them understand exactly what Coach Mack wants. And so and I'm still learning too. I know it's just only my second year with Coach Mack, so just helping them what I already know and keep learning. And
What has practice been like? How competitive is it? It's a bunch of dudes that you're talking to, both Cooper and to Bennett, that are competitive, love to be out there, all that kind of stuff. What has practice been like for you guys so far?
It's been good, super competitive always. 5-minute scrimmage, you always want to win a scrimmage or any drill that you're in. We're all competitors and we all want to win. So at the end of the day, practice is always competitive.
I asked Bennett this question because I think a lot of people thought Bennett was going to follow Coach Mack wherever he went, and he said, was it always Iowa? And he's like, yes, unless NBA. Was it Iowa for you? What made you decide that Coach McCollum's your guy, that's who you wanted to follow, all those kind of things? Was it pretty clear and simple for you?
Yeah, it was simple for me. I knew that I wanted to follow Coach Mack. He has told me the truth. I'm very transparent, so as long as he's telling me the truth, I'm rocking with it, and he's always told me the truth, so I respect him for that.
I just talked to Bennett and I said, give me some guys who are impressing early on, and you're one of the names that they came that he talked about. How do you feel like you're growing, developing when it comes to your basketball, your game itself, not just the teams, but what you want to do on the basketball court?
I feel like it's developing okay. I'm still just getting used to the play and what Coach Mack wants, and it's still fast. It's a lot faster than I'm used to before. It's more physical than what people expect. So just still getting used to the physical part of the game, and just learning how to read different situations and defensively situations, just reading everything better.
No, absolutely. Isaia Howard joining us on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. You look at this, Isaiah, and you come into a system where you know a decent amount about it, and you're excited about it. Who has impressed you? Who are guys out there? And I have 4 kids, and it's like asking you your favorite kid because you don't get anybody. You like them all, but is there a guy or two that's kind of stood out to you that has impressed you in the early going?
I would say, everyone, obviously. Coop is a big one. Tate, Trey, I would say those 3. Everyone has impressed me, just coming in. You don't really know everyone's game and stuff. And not everyone just pops off at the beginning of the summer and stuff. So I think we're settling in, and everyone's very impressive.
What is Coach McCollum like on the field, on the court, when it comes to practice? Cooper was on here earlier because he's had Coach Fran, McCaffrey, and then he's talking about Coach McCollum being more intense, and I'm like, did you see who just was your? And he's like, different way intense.
Yeah.
Tell us what Coach McCollum is like.
Intense. I would like to say I'm a little intense, but he's super intense.
Okay. Intense how? Like, is he vocal, loud, mad, angry, competitive?
Just competitive.
Okay.
He always wants to win. I want to win. So sometimes if he's coaching the other team and I'm on the other team, he calls a bad call in practice. I'm not going to say anything, but if I get a bucket on the other end, I'm definitely going to look at him or talk a little trash to him. But it's fun. He's competitive. I'm competitive. And he's, I wouldn't say serious, or he's not trying to be mean. He just wants to win.
Yeah.
So, and I'm used to yelling. My dad always coached me, so he's been hard on me, yelling at me. So him yelling at me is nothing to me. Yeah. So it's, I like his coaching style.
See, if my kids are watching this, sometimes when Dad yells at you, it pays off.
It does. Not when I'm younger, I didn't like it, but it's paid off.
The jerseys, and those are new. How'd you guys get them? Do you like them? Take me through. Are you a jersey guy? Are you a look guy? Is it important to you?
Coop
didn't care that much.
I don't really care, but I am kind of look guy.
Yeah.
I do care what I look like, but right now, pictures I care what I look like, but once game day, I don't really care.
So the jersey was going to be new to you regardless. Do you like the new look jersey?
Yeah, I like the new look. I like the look. It's I don't really know the
lingo,
the tradition jersey for Iowa, but I like these a lot. It's simple and clean.
I think they look good. You're walking around town, you're going to classes, all that kind of stuff. Are you feeling a buzz and excitement about Iowa men's basketball? Are you hearing it? Are you feeling the fan base intrigued with what's going to happen this year?
For sure. You kind of try to ignore that, just the media and all the other stuff. But when you're in class and people say "Go Hawks" and stuff, and just kind of recognize you, you feel it a little bit. But it feels nice for them to want us to do good.
You mentioned ignoring the media. You look at all the preseason, this and that, and it's middle of pack-ish for Iowa. How much do you ignore it? Do you know about it? Does that fuel you guys? Or do you
Yeah,
guys
I know
not
about
care?
it. It kind of fuels me.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of like that. When people doubt us, it's kind of feel like a lot of people use that as motivation and stuff. So yeah.
What are the expectations then for this team? How good can this team be? What do you expect from this team?
I don't. To be honest, I don't really know. I want to win as many games as possible. I think everyone wants to win the conference. Everyone wants to win as many games as possible. Go as deep as they can in the playoffs. So yeah, I don't really have any expectations. Just go in and win.
I love it. Some fun questions before I let you run out of here.
For sure.
And see if you keep up the tradition. Is there a class clown? Is there a goofball in this team that always keeps things light and interesting?
I think everyone has a little goofy side to them. So depending on the day, you might get someone else. Al is pretty always goofy.
That's 3 for 3.
Yeah, Al's pretty goofy.
We're going to get him over here. He's a little busy right now, but we're going to get him over here and find out why he's so goofy. I asked the ladies this yesterday, so I want to ask the men this too. If you had to have a teammate make you dinner for an entire week, who would it be?
Joey Mattioni.
Okay,
So I'm
trying to think. Cooper was Joey and Tate. Bennett was Tate, and then mentioned Joey.
So last year, me and Joey were the only 2 freshmen. So like we were at the dining hall and stuff, and they had like a little spot you could cook, and Joe would cook some stuff up in there. It was good. In the summertime, we all had an apartment. It was like me, Joe, and one of the managers in there. We were cool, and Joe cooked for us all the time. Oh, Tavion can cook too.
Okay.
Joey
what's Joey making?
Joey making pasta, steak.
I like that. I'm an Italian guy myself, so I like
pasta,
that.
steak. What is he? That's his specialty.
Yeah.
The pasta though. He can cook some pasta for sure.
I like
I'm
it.
trying to think of what else. Pork chops. You could cook some chicken.
Right. Have you had lunch?
Joey can have a little bit of all.
Have you had lunch?
Nah, I'm about to.
I haven't either. So stop.
I'm about to.
making me hungry.
Yeah.
If you could have dinner, speaking of food, with one person, and just have a sit-down one-on-one dinner with one person in this world, whoever you wanted to be, who would it be?
That's a good question.
And I got one more with you because Bennett made me cranky about something.
I mean, I feel like as a basketball player, I'm a huge LeBron fan. I would say LeBron, but I feel like Kevin Hart would be funny.
There you go. I like that.
Like just something cool, calm.
Someone to entertain you a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say calm with Kevin Hart. I don't think that's going around,
no.
but somebody to entertain you a little bit.
It's just like I couldn't do one person. I really couldn't do one person. That's too hard.
We got to go with the LeBron stuff. LeBron or MJ?
I'm a LeBron guy for sure.
Why? Have you educated yourself?
Yes, but like I just, like they said, you just
bash at LeBron.
Yeah.
But I'm just an old.
You just grow up watching LeBron. LeBron into the league in what? 06.
That's probably all you know.
Yeah, that's all I know. I've grown up on LeBron. I go to my grandma's house almost every day when I'm in Plattsburgh, and I'll sit there and argue with anybody, uncles, my dad, cousins, anybody.
They're all MJ guys.
All MJ, except my cousins. So some of my cousins are.
It's pretty old, it's old school.
Yeah.
I get that.
And then it's like, there's different generations. So I mean, like you can't really wasn't more physical, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I think I think it's the same physicality. They just call more fouls now.
I don't know if Michael. I don't think that he probably score 80 a game. If you couldn't hip check him and touch him.
LeBron big though.
No,
you know what I'm saying? LeBron big. He could play football.
I get it. Hey, LeBron's fantastic. I'm just an old school guy, and I get that. I love that. Hey, I appreciate the conversation.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thank
best
you.
of luck. Stay healthy. All that good stuff, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got more to get to. You're watching Off the Air live from Iowa Basketball Media Day. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, Dan Pearson here of FCA. Our team is thrilled to support Off the Air with our good friend Matt Randazzo. We share the view of the power of sport when it comes to relationships, including the influence of the coach. FCA believes the coach is the most influential person in America. Matt celebrates local coaches and athletes. His content is informational, insightful, and inspirational. Our Fellowship of Christian Athlete team loves partnering with Off the Air with Matt Randazzo while we engage, equip, and empower coaches and athletes in our 23 counties. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
View from the West. the podcast covering Illinois high school football.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game. It's going to be great football.
Weekly analysis and reaction from around the western side of the state of Illinois.
This is the game we had circled when the year started.
Follow along on YouTube and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's big-time football out there tonight, and I know we can play big-time football.
You from the West. We got you covered.
Are you looking for the Quad City's best chips and salsa? There's only one dude to turn to.
Right on.
Snoop. Hand-cut chips, fried fresh with that crunch you've come to love. And the most addicting salsa with delicious fresh ingredients each and every time. Pick up your chips and salsa, queso, enchiladas, and much more at the Stern Center in Rock Island. To place your order, simply call the man himself. It's Snoop at 309-314-8197 and find out for yourself what the rest of the Quad Cities already loves. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here at Carver Hawkeye Arena, live at Iowa basketball, men's basketball media day. If you are just joining us, it's been a fun show already so far. We've had several fun guests: Bennett Stirtz, Cooper Koch, James Allen, bringing someone else over to chat with me as well. So,
how's it going?
How are you? Good to see you. Hop on in.
Sir.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Kind of take me through this early going and what's it been like at the University of Iowa with everything you guys have been up to.
Yeah, I mean it's happened fast. We started June 2nd and we hit the ground running. It's been great to be with this coaching staff and these guys. I mean, it's been awesome. The culture is second to none. We've put in a lot of work, and I think that it's gonna show this season. We've got a really unselfish group, a really together group, and so I'm excited to get things going.
You kind of look at it, and I think people want to see what this looks like out on the court. I think the public does. Yeah. What have you guys seen in practice? Because there's different parts that need to fit into different places. Kind of talk about what it looks like at practice, and is it like a big puzzle where you guys are still trying to figure things out as well? It always helps if I mic you up as well, so that works a little better.
Yeah, no, we got a great group. The unselfishness is there. We've got a lot of shooting. Coach iterated that he wanted a lot of shooting this offseason, and he went and got it. And so it's been interesting in practice to see kind of the spacing. It's also been, interesting to see, having to guard that in practice. Just to, we could shoot the ball so well. It's going to be really, really tough to guard. The ball's moving. The ball's moving fast, and we have, one of the best, if not the best, point guards in the country, and that helps a lot too. So it's going to be really, really unique group.
Brendan Housen joining us right here on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Brendan, you look at it, and it's you mentioned the best point guard and getting you the basketball.
Yeah.
Cooper mentioned it with like Alvaro and with Bennett, that they both pass the ball.
Right.
As a shooter, do you just smile when you get to practice knowing that you're going to get the basketball in great situations?
Yeah, I mean, we got an unselfish group, and Coach Mack always talks about, it's our job to get two on the ball, and after that, it's our job to find the open guy. And so everyone being able to shoot with, Bennett being the best point guard, there's a lot of times that there's a lot of gravity and a lot of attention one way, and you're going to get a lot of open shots. So it's going to be really cool.
Why Iowa? Through this whole process, I know it's something that's the past, so it's probably a question for like months ago, but why the University of Iowa, and has it kind of worked out the way you envisioned it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I would say just the staff, they were awesome. It's a true family, and then this group of guys is just unbelievable. It's a true brotherhood. And that just caught my eye instantly. I didn't have to take any visits. I just knew that this was the place for me.
When you get to the University of Iowa and you expect a certain thing and you see it come to fruition, what is that like? Because obviously it hasn't come to fruition out in games yet, but when you see it and you get to play with these guys and you know Coach McCollum, and what's that like to kind of see, hey, this is what I was thinking and now it's starting to work?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really great feeling. Obviously, this being my third school, it's kind of been a unique journey, been lots of ups and downs, but just kind of seeing this play into itself, I think it's going to be a really special year.
Talk to me about Coach McCollum, because Cooper Koch was on here, and he's like, he's intense, and like more so than last year. And I'm like, you had Fran McCaffrey last year, and he's like intense in a different way.
Right.
Can you explain him, practice, what makes him tick, those kind of things?
Yeah, I think it's just the chip on your shoulder type thing. Coach Matt came from D2. A lot of these guys came from Division 2. A lot of these guys, come from places maybe that it's not a hotbed for recruiting. So we've all kind of had our own journey, and Coach Mack doesn't let us have bad days. I mean, if he can sense it going the wrong direction in practice, like he's not going to let us have a bad day. And then, you know, the leaders we have, it's just not going to happen. And so the culture is just is big time here. He's true to who he is. Coach Mack is an intense guy, but he loves us. And sometimes it's tough love, and that's just how it has to be if you want to be successful.
I got to ask you, what did you know about Iowa before you got here? The state and the program.
The state, I knew there was going to be a lot of cornfields. As far as the program, I knew about like Luka Garza and the Murray brothers, but other than that, I've kind of learned a lot as we went. And so, yeah, I'm kind of far. Being from Texas, I'm kind of far from Iowa and Iowa basketball. So, I'm just happy to be here, and hopefully we can get it going in the right direction.
Have you felt energy from what this place can be like, and just from the fan base? Because I think there is a new re-energized vision of what Iowa basketball can be. Have you felt that? Yeah,
I mean, I definitely think, of course, when there's something new, it's always going to be exciting. And I know they got a very passionate group. You know, we've gotten to go to the football games. Obviously, I've seen the women's program be successful and seen how they support them. So I think it's going to be really exciting once we get this thing going.
Expectations before I let you go. Where do you have expectations for this team? How good can this team be?
This team can be, you know, really good. It's up to us. I think that we talked about it yesterday. It's just we have to get better every single day. You know, just coming in and getting 1% better, and then the rest will take care of itself. I asked goofball on the team to everybody else, so I got to ask you, is there a goofball, class clown, guy who keeps things light? Alvaro. We got to have Alvaro on here. I've already told James Allen I got to get him over here. You got to get him on here. Because? He just makes you laugh. He lights up a room. He's just an awesome guy. I love that. If you had one teammate cook for you all week, who would it be? Tavion Banks. Okay, that's a new one. He can cook. What is he making you? I've heard he hasn't made me this yet. He can cook some really good fish. Okay. Yeah. I'm intrigued by that. Yep. I think that's fantastic. You could have dinner with one person in this world ever. Anybody, who would it be and why? Probably Jesus Christ, just because he's my Lord and Savior and he's the most perfect man. That's a good answer. Last one for you. Personally, what are your goals and expectations? What do you want to do on the court? I know you're a team guy first, but what do you want to accomplish here? I think the ultimate goal would just to be an all-conference player, and then shoot 42% from three and above. 45. 50%. Don't stop at 42. 45. Brendan Housen joining us. We appreciate you doing this. Best of luck this year. Stay healthy. Win a whole bunch of games. That's the plan. All right. We got more to get to. We got a lot to get to. We were just getting warmed up live off the air with Matt Randazzo from Iowa Basketball Media Day. We'll be right back. All right. Be honest. Are you craving Hungry Hobo again? You know, that fresh sliced meat piled high on those amazing sandwiches, hot off the grill chicken and steak with all those delicious toppings, the biggest and best selection of baked potatoes, or simply some waffle fries dipped in cheese. Well, now that Quad City favorite is even easier to get. Download the Hungry Hobo app today. Order ahead, skip the line, and earn rewards all at the same time. There's Double Points Monday and exclusive specials as well. With 12 locations in the Quad City area, it's Hungry Hobo. Now even easier to find, but still hard to resist.
Rafferty Funeral Home, dedicated to serving families in the Quad Cities since 2007.
Hi, welcome. Hi. Here, come on in.
An experienced staff plans each service to reflect the unique life and legacy of your loved one. Rafferty Funeral Home is proud to serve our community with dignity, respect, and compassion, helping you to celebrate your traditions and lasting memories no matter your faith, culture, or budget. Rafferty Funeral Home in Moline. Call today to discuss prearrangements.
When it comes to quality, convenient pizza, Godfather's Pizza in Silvis has you covered. Featuring a beautiful dine-in area, delivery, and a carry-out window. Godfather's Pizza is that pizza you grew up with, not a convenience store. You see, at Godfather's Pizza, the dough is made fresh daily. That mozzarella cheese is shredded fresh and never frozen. And those toppings are abundantly piled high each and every time. Locally owned and operated since 2010, Godfather's is a huge supporter of local athletes right here in the Quad Cities. So come on by and check them out at 1211 Avenue of the Cities in Silvis. Order online at godfathers.com and reunite with that same delicious pizza you grew up with.
Hey, Quad City.
Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here live at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Iowa Men's Basketball Media Day. And we can't have a show from Media Day at Carver Hawkeye without having the head basketball coach on himself, Ben McCollum, joining me right now. First and foremost, nice to meet you. We had never met, so it's nice to meet you. How excited are you? I feel like this kind of kicks off the season. How excited are you to get this thing out there and get rolling at the University of Iowa?
Yeah, I think my favorite part of coaching is obviously making a difference in these kids' lives, but one of my other favorite parts is competing. I love competition. I love it. You don't love it the full game day necessarily, but when the game starts, then it's like, man, this is fun.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're excited to play somebody else. We're excited to go to practice still every day, though, as well. But this does kick it off for the fans, and hopefully we can create some energy here in Carver.
I talked to Coach Hansen yesterday, and she said it's a big puzzle, putting everything together. I feel like it's probably got to be the same for you. Obviously, you have some familiarity with the Drake guys, but then there's new pieces and new toys, if you will. What's that been like, kind of figuring this whole thing out the first start of practice here?
Yeah, I think hers is probably a 350-piece puzzle.
Yeah.
Mine might be a 1,000-piece puzzle. So, so no, we're still figuring it out. I think you've got to allow guys to play to their strengths, and so if you box them in too early in the process, sometimes you don't see what they can actually do. And we've tried not to box them in. But sometimes then you can get behind a little bit. I don't think we're behind necessarily, but from an offensive perspective, just being able to score consistently against a variety of coverages is where we need to get and grow better, get better and grow. And so, we're getting there. But our energy and efforts there, that won't be an issue. Now it's just a matter of getting kind of those X's and O's going.
I have people say to me, it's Drake over at Iowa. And I asked that to Bennett, and Bennett's like, no, it's not. Can you talk about that? Because obviously there's familiar faces and yourself and what you did at Drake, but Bennett says it's going to look a little different than what you guys did over at Drake. What will it look like at the University of Iowa?
People said that when we came from, Division II to Drake. It was like the Drake Bearcats or something. It's like, no. We were the Drake Bulldogs, and that's what we were then. Yeah. And now we're the Iowa Hawkeyes. Sure. And so what's it going to look like? Good question. Hopefully we win as much as we did at Drake.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah.
So maybe it is Drake. I would say it's probably a combination of some of the teams that we had at Northwest, where we had a lot of guys that could really shoot and space the floor, a lot of length, positional size more so than just a 7-footer inside. And then, combine that with some of the guys that we brought over from Drake as well. Probably a combo of the two. Eventually our teams will look probably even more similar to what we had at Northwest Missouri State, where we played a lot of shooting, a lot of length, tricky to match up with, and obviously all of our teams have defended.
Coach McCollum joining us on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Coach, you have the guy named Bennett Stirtz that's really good. And he said that he was coming here if he wasn't going to the NBA because of you. What's your relationship? You guys have been together from the start with him. What's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, it's been a fun adventure. Even from the recruiting process, where he didn't have any Division I offers, and we got after him for a year.
Were you surprised that he didn't?
Yeah, I was.
Good.
It's just the look.
Yeah.
It's just like looks like he should mow your lawn. And he ironically had a lawn mowing business when he was in high school. So. No, it's a special relationship just because we've been through a lot. I don't think people realize how tricky it is for guys like him and I, and even some of the other guys, but specific to those two, to move locations that often. I was at Northwest Missouri State for 15 years and had plenty of opportunities to leave there. And then left Drake and thought I was going to be at Drake for the rest of my life. And then all of a sudden this, and it was like, okay, well, here we go. And so you just don't know where life takes you. And it took us on a strange path, a fun path, and I'm excited to see what the future brings into this season.
He told us about the phone call before the engagement. Did you have to make sure I asked him, I said, was it pup talk like in the locker room? He goes, no, it wasn't anything like that, but that was important to you, I'm sure. And I can tell you right now, it was important to Bennett to get that conversation with you.
Yeah. He was stressed, naturally. We all know how that is.
Been there.
Yeah, we know how that is.
Even though if you know what the answer is going to be, you're still stressed. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wait till you have a kid.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait till you're going to have a child. Oh, your breath goes away. Really, and then you got to actually take it home with you, which is crazy.
I know.
But
raise it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it was just probably nice to hear a familiar voice. I would assume. I knew that he was stressed, and I think his dad might have been the one that texted me, said he's pretty stressed, and I said, well, do you want me to like fire you up? And like, because usually it's more like people doubt you and stuff like that, and it wasn't one of those. So I think it was just like, it's okay. Like, it'll be okay. It just doesn't. Awesome. This isn't going to end your life. You'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it's the best thing you'll ever do. Trust me. Coach Alvaro Figueres, I've asked people the class clown for like all 4 players, and they've all said out right away.
Yeah.
He brings a great skill set that I know you like. I think he brings a personality that I think everybody likes too. Can you talk about him and what he's brought to this program and what maybe he can be at the University of Iowa?
Yeah, he does. He's got a kind of fire. He's got a fire in him. Like, he's fiery. That's his greatest strength, greatest weakness. Off the floor, he's just goofy all the time, goofing around. But he's the type that can goof around and then 10 seconds later be super serious and compete.
Yeah.
So his skill set is obviously perfect for us. He can dribble, shoot, pass, and post. Got great length, good defender, good IQ. So we're excited to see where he can go from where he came in at.
Yeah, a few more for you. Cooper Koch is someone not from the Quad Cities, but he's an Illinois kid that I would see play in high school and always thought he was going to be a really good basketball player. Struggled with injuries last year and wasn't healthy. What have you seen from him, and how can he fit that puzzle here at the University of Iowa?
He's been great. He's taken on the workload. He hadn't batted an eye at it. I think the first day we were in weights, he threw up. And it was like, oh boy. But he fights through it. He's learning the system daily. It'll be tricky in games. Just, I had the benefit last year of guys knew exactly what I wanted. You could just kind of look at him and be like, okay, that's what he wants. Mm-hmm. He's still learning that, just like all of them. And but he's 6'8", can shoot, can post, can do a lot of different things. He's exactly what we want in a player.
Coach, and Cooper was one of those guys that he's like, Coach is the most intense. And I said, well, Cooper, your last coach was pretty intense too. He's like, it's just a different type of intensity. What are you like in practice? I've asked all your players this, but could you describe yourself when it comes to in practice, competitiveness, intensity, those kind of things?
Just really nice. We just pass out hugs, pat guys on the back.
Candy if they do something right.
Absolutely. It's all butterflies out there. It's exciting stuff. No, it's an intensity that you need to get to, and so sometimes be the change you want to see in others. If I'm not intense, they're not going to be intense, and so we need to work with that. That's the Big Ten. It's a physical, intense, competitive league, and it can run you over really, really quick if you're not ready for that. And so we try to bring it out of them in practice. We can only do so much, and then games roll around, and hopefully we'll be ready to handle that.
You mentioned the league. Last one for you, expectations-wise. How good can this team be? Do you set expectations of we want to do this, we want to win that? There's all these media experts that say certain things before the season. Where do you guys set goals and expectations? Just
to get better every day. We don't have those. I think some probably have us too high and some have us too low. I don't know. I think the games figure it out, to be honest.
I got you winning every game, Coach.
Yeah, as you should. No, I think the games figure it out. I think that we have a healthy respect for the coaching in this league and the players in this league, and we understand how difficult it is, and so and our guys do. So ours is just to get better every day.
So some of my blind friends / viewers, when you got hired, said that I look like you.
Okay.
And I thought that was the biggest insult ever to yourself. I have humongous ears. You do not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I see the receding hairline as kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like we kind of maybe.
Yeah.
Your thoughts of people. I mean, I feel bad asking the question because it's such an insult.
I would hate to say I agree. I can't really agree with that. It's an insult. Maybe it's the insult the other direction. I think you probably have more hair than me, which is nice.
You're what, 40? Are you 46? How old are you?
I was born in 81, so
okay, so
I
you're
am
younger than me. I'm 46.
Am I 44?
I'm
44.
79, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm 44. So
you should know your age, Coach.
I know I should, but you've missed so many
he
birthdays.
Knows X's and O's, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't care about that age stuff.
I've missed my last 2 birthdays. It's like my first one at Drake, one of my buddies got me a cake, and it was me and him and his family celebrating, and my kids were in Maryville, and then here I don't even know what I did this year for my birthday, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a compliment to either of us. It's hard to tell.
We're both tough to look at, maybe.
If they could do a side by side, I think that would be appropriate, and do some AI to it. I think they could probably.
I would love AI. I could change a lot. So,
but you're Italian, though, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm not. I'm Czech. That's where the darkness comes from.
All right. Okay. That's what I would assume. But yeah, Randazzo is my last name, so it's as Italian as can be. Coach, I've enjoyed meeting you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best of luck
Same
this
here.
year. Win a whole bunch of games. I got you going 40-something-0, whatever it would be.
Yep.
And winning the whole thing.
As you should.
Don't let me down.
Yeah.
All right, Coach McCollum here. We got much more to get to. You're watching Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, Dan Pearson here of FCA. Our team is thrilled to support Off the Air with our good friend Matt Randazzo. We share the view of the power of sport when it comes to relationships, including the influence of the coach. FCA believes the coach is the most influential person in America. Matt celebrates local coaches and athletes. His content is informational, insightful, and inspirational. Our Fellowship of Christian Athlete team loves partnering with Off the Air with Matt Randazzo while we engage, equip, and empower coaches and athletes in our 23 counties. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
View from the West, the podcast covering Illinois high school football.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game. It's going to be great football.
Weekly analysis and reaction from around the western side of the state of Illinois.
This is the game we had circled when the year started.
Follow along on YouTube and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's big-time football out there tonight, and I know we can play big-time football.
View from the West. We got you covered.
Are you looking for the Quad City's best chips and salsa? There's only one dude to turn to.
Right on.
Snoop. Hand-cut chips, fried fresh with that crunch you've come to love. And the most addicting salsa with delicious fresh ingredients each and every time. Pick up your chips and salsa, queso, enchiladas, and much more at the Stern Center in Rock Island. To place your order, simply call the man himself. It's Snoop at 309-314-8197 and find out for yourself what the rest of the Quad Cities already loves.
Give me the keys. Learning to drive can be stressful for both the student and, yes, the parent as well. Relax. There's an easy way to avoid the stress. Skiles Driving School in East Moline has been helping new drivers hit the road with confidence for over 20 years. Whether you're a teen earning your first license or an adult looking for behind-the-wheel training, we've got you covered. Their certified instructors are patient, experienced, and use modern vehicles equipped for safety and comfort. From classroom instruction to real-world driving, we make learning safe, affordable, and even fun. Call 309-278-0098 or visit skylesdriving.com. Skiles Driving School. Get in, buckle up, drive your future forward.
They can pick me up without me.
Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in Iowa City. You usually say the Quad Cities, Bobby, but now I say Iowa City because for the second straight day we are live in Iowa City. It helps if I mic myself. There we are. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Busy times here. Iowa Basketball Media Day. Thank you guys for watching. And finally, I'm joined by a radio analyst, and we got a spot waiting for Dolphin is going to join us here in a second. But Bobby Hansen joins me right now. Finally, a radio analyst that I like at the University of Iowa. I don't trust Pat Anger. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Bobby Hansen does. How you been, my friend?
Yeah, doing okay, Matt. And I know you're saying that facetiously because we want Anger on our side.
Yes, that's true. We don't want him hurting us by any stretch. How's everything? How's life?
Yeah, everything's good. Just, getting older and surviving. Looking forward to basketball, though, Matt. A lot of excitement around the program. Everybody I talk to in my daily work and everybody that I see around the town that I live in, they want to talk about hoops, which really wasn't the case last year, and it was sad. Yeah. New energy. Coach McCollum is going to bring a new style of basketball. here to the Hawkeye fans, and I love the guys he brought in.
Yeah.
He brought 6 guys with him. Got half the team.
You're as Hawkeye as ever. So and I think that was and I'm not. This isn't a bash at the old staff or anything, but like there is an energy and excitement around Iowa basketball again. Was it difficult for you being a Hawkeye coming here and this place? Let's call it a spade. And there wasn't a lot of people here last year. Do you like seeing the energy maybe back again? Whatever reason why, all that kind of stuff we don't need to talk about, but energy's back again, which is exciting, I think.
Energy's back again. Move forward is the plan, obviously, and the students are a big priority. It's always great when you can get your students here and you see them filling up the area on certain games, and now we're going to get them closer down on the court, so that'll be a big help, I think. And we've all wanted that over the years. It just wasn't possible with everything going on. So in that regard, yeah. And that's, I guess, what disappointed me the most was not so much the fans. It's hard when, we got fans from all over the state. The weather is bad. The game times are bad.
And it's different, Bobby. It used to be like we knew Wednesday at 7 o'clock there'd be an Iowa game. Saturday at 7 o'clock there'd be an Iowa game. Now it's like Tuesday night, Friday night, 8 o'clock starts, all that kind of makes it tough.
Makes it tough. And you can sit at home and listen on the radio, right?
Yes.
If you will.
Exactly.
So we try to paint the picture, if you will. But yeah, now you're getting good season tickets sold. You get the students involved, and they're going to love this team. This team is going to be exciting. This team is going to be tough. As Coach McCollum told all of us in the media gathering, and probably told you when you talked to them, they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder, which is Hawkeye basketball. To me, you play with a certain toughness. You're going to get on the floor and get loose balls. You're going to get after it on the board. You're going to defend. And then you're going to get out and you're going to work the ball. You're going to share the ball, move without the ball. So those are all exciting things moving forward.
Absolutely. Bobby Hansen joining us right now and off the air with Matt Randazzo. Bobby, you look at this kind of thing. And speaking of your better half, we're going to have Gary Dolphin on down here. Gary, I was just saying, you have to enjoy being around a competent radio partner these days with Bobby today, after the nonsense you deal with every weekend with that Yahoo Pat Angerer.
It is a little change of pace, Matt. Yeah, from number 43 to Bobby. I've told people for years I had to be the only play-by-play guy in the world, in the country, that had a Super Bowl champion for a football analyst and an NBA champion for a basketball analyst who was a great player and helped get Iowa to a Final Four back in 1980. So, yeah, I just tried to stay out of their way. A play-by-play man's primary job is to tell you what happened, and they explain why it happened. And to me, the simpler the better, and I think that's what you get every Saturday afternoon, and that's what you get every, Sunday through Saturday night now in college basketball.
And we were just talking about the weird times. I want to talk to both of you guys about that because I think Pat and you do a great job, and like the chemistry has sparked quickly, which I think is awesome. But you guys is do you guys find yourselves completing each other's sentences? It's been so good for so long. It's easy and fun when you get to that point.
Well, we step on each other probably a little more in basketball because it's a faster game.
Sure.
You don't have as many opportunities to take a deep breath. Like, in football, you got 25 seconds after every play call. They huddle up. A lot of teams don't huddle up, but at least you got 10 seconds to kind of reset the deck. Basketball, and I feel bad, Bobby might not have a chance to say anything for 3 or 4 trips up and down the floor because you got 2 teams that are breaking, and he knows I try to get him on at every opportunity. So it's kind of a different change of pace. I mean, you're going from a stock car derby road race to Indy 500, from football to basketball. And football's tried to be a faster game now, and it is, but it'll never catch up to Michigan State style versus Dr. Tom Davis style, let me tell you.
Yeah. Bobby, he's pretty easy to work with?
Awesome. It's so easy to work with. Being a professional that he is, I mean, this guy was trained out of high school, going up to,
Brown Institute, Minneapolis.
Which is a radio thing, and I've learned a lot from Gary, and I don't even know how many years we've been doing this together. It's 30 plus, but you mentioned, finish each other's sentences. I know what he's thinking. I know what's coming
Which
next.
can be a good thing and can be a bad thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, but I mean, he's an Iowa treasure.
Yeah.
This guy is right here, up on the banks of the Mississippi River over there, up in Dubuque, Iowa. And over the years, he's become a dear friend, very close friend, and one of the closest friends that I have. So I mean, that's why I'm excited about basketball. Is get back with these guys, him and our man Corey, our producer engineer as well.
It's funny, I tell Pat all the time. I told him last year, I said, let the legend lead. And I mean that. Like, just shut up, let him lead, and he knows it, and then you follow along, and good things usually happen on the radio airwaves. You guys were upstairs for Coach McCollum. He was just on the show here. I guess your thoughts of this new era of Iowa basketball and the energy that he kind of brings. Refreshing, exciting, energetic. What goes through your mind, Bobby, when you listen to him talk?
All the above. I would say refreshing would be a good term, Matt. Ben's got a certain style that is going to be played, and he is going to impose his will on the other team. As I mentioned, they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. They're going to get after you. Nothing is going to be easy. They're going to make you play defense. We're not just going to come down and take the first available three-point shot because I was open. Well, as coaches will tell you, there's a reason you're open. You can't shoot.
That was me.
But anyway, yeah, so that'll be refreshing, and just, getting renewed energy in the program. The women have it. I mean, they're getting these sellouts, and now the men are on the right path toward getting these fans, these students back involved.
Gary, you agree?
Yeah, I do, with everything Bobby has said. And, what I like about Ben, he's now this would be, our fifth coaching regime that we've worked with, counting McCollum. He is, every coach is intense. This guy takes it to another level because he wants to win so bad, but he's more of a perfectionist than worrying about wins and losses because he knows, one of his lines, if the ball goes through the hoop, you don't have to worry about rebounding quite as much because you're going to score points. You get to go back and set up your defense. And it seems simplistic, but he doesn't try to overcomplicate the theory of college basketball, which I like, and not that the other guys did. But we're very blessed to have him. I mean, we all watched Drake as much as we could last year when the Hawks weren't playing, of course, and so impressed with how he handled his timeouts, his substitution patterns, and now he's got, year one is going to be interesting now. He's thrown this lineup together that we're still trying to remember or memorize names with numbers, but I really like the cast he's assembled. And the other thing I like about him, I know Bobby does too, is he'll play however you want to play. If we need to slow it down, play more defense, we'll do that. If we need to up tempo, we can do that. And when you project that out over the next 2 or 3 years of recruiting, and the kind of players he's going to get here, because it is the Big Ten, I'm really excited for him.
It's funny. I talked with Cooper Koch about the intensity, and he's like, he's the most intense coach. And I said, Cooper, last year you had Fran here, and he said they're just different intensity. But it's still intense. He argued that Coach McCollum may be more intense, just maybe not as vocal. And he talked about the intensity. He wants you to give your 100%. He's like, Fran would be more loud if you made a mistake and did something like that. But the intensity definitely there. Bennett Stirtz was over here. Bobby, I got to talk to you about him because he said, I don't think people realize this, his decision wasn't Iowa or another Big Ten school or wherever. His decision was Iowa or the NBA. He's an NBA guy that's going to be here at the University of Iowa. Yes, Ben McCollum comes and that brings the headlines, but he's one of the best players in the country, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely he is. He's high on the draft boards from what I read. I'm excited to see him play in person. Just seeing him on TV last year, I didn't get a chance to see Drake a whole lot, but saw him against Missouri and then saw him against Texas Tech. I go back to where he came from, Northwest Missouri State, the Bearcats. I used to go to basketball camp down in Maryville, Missouri, over there when I was in 7th, 8th grade, would go down there. So I know what they have. And then to follow what Ben did, there are 4 national championships. I mean, that's not easy to do. Bennett came to him and followed him at Drake, and we're hoping for the same thing to happen here in Iowa City. So the resume that Ben brings is incredible, and the ability to have those guys and coaches and even team managers that want to follow him. So I'm excited to be a part of that.
Alvaro Figueres. I'm jealous of Dolphin. He gets to say that name all the time. It's a fantastic name, but he's a fantastic basketball player. We didn't get to talk to him over here today on the show. All of his teammates, all 5 of them, when we asked about a class clown or a goofball on the team, or an intense guy, said Alvaro. Personality-wise, I think he brings a lot of it. Dolph, I don't know how much you got to talk to him in the past or have. He's a really good basketball player and a really good personality that I don't think we know enough about yet that I think Iowa fans are going to love.
Well, one of the guys he mentioned when he was growing up and admired was Luka Garza. So that struck a chord with me. And he, I said, is it okay if I call you Al first off? He goes, yeah, that's fine. I heard a couple of his teammates call him Al. But today was the first day I got to meet him, Matt, because he's been overseas. playing in the U19 and the U20 World Championships with Spain, and he said, I said, how did that prepare you for what you're coming into? He said, it helped immensely, and he's a multifaceted kid. He can rebound, he can shoot the three, he can drift to the wing, he can go inside, and he's going to have to play inside somewhat this year because he's 6'9", 6'10". We don't have many of those guys for this first year. So I envision he and Cooper Koch, and of course you mentioned Stirtz, Hansen, who played at K-State. They're big guards. Not only are they great shooters, but they're big guards, so they can rebound too. Cam Manwu, I'm dying to see him in action because I know he's a rugged 240-pounder who can go get the ball on the glass. And to a man, they agree. If you're in the Big Ten, you better be able to rebound because it's not every night the ball's going to go through the hoop or look like it's wide as Carver. They're all excited about this arena. Most of them, 90% of these kids are from the Midwest, so they understand how Iowa is passionate about college basketball. And not that they haven't been to Kinnick Stadium a time or two, but they're really thrilled to be here. They're excited and happy to be here, and that's a great start.
Bobby, I got to ask you about the shooting on this team because I think Bobby Hansen, they got a lot of it. And Cooper, I know people didn't see it last year because he was a freshman that wasn't healthy, but he can shoot the heck out of it. And you had Hansen and Stirtz, and they can spread this floor nicely. As a shooter yourself, what does that bring to an offense? And I know you're going to enjoy watching them fire away from
Absolutely, Matt. And what shooting does, when you put shooters on the floor, is that it spaces the floor. It opens up the floor so your dribble penetration lanes, your driving lanes open up. If you happen to have a presence in the post inside, it keeps the pressure off of them. I mean, I played with one of the greatest inside post players ever in Carl Malone, and he wanted shooters on the floor, and he was a willing passer to kick it back out to you. So I look at a guy like Brendan Housen. I watched him, probably the only time I watched Iowa State play outside of the Iowa game, but he lit Iowa State up at Hilton Coliseum. I'm like, who is that kid?
Let's hope he does that again this year.
Yeah. So that's where we're hanging our hat there. But, you can't have enough shooters on your team. Ben said he can put 5 on the floor one time, or he can go big, he can go small. But, yeah, he knows you got to have shooters.
Yeah, I could talk with you guys all day, but I'm not going to. I'm going to ask you one more big picture question, and then I'll let you guys get out of here. Big picture-wise, how good can this team be? You look at the experts out there, and they're all over the place in rankings, and I don't think that players cared that much about it. They want to go out and play. How it's an intriguing team. I think it's a talented team. How good can this team be? What's your expectations, maybe, Dolphin?
Well, I think it's an impossible question to answer right now, Matt, because you've got so many new faces playing together. I really like the fact that Ben was able to lure 4 or 5 guys from Drake, so they understand how he operates, and you can bet they've had a lot of classroom study with the guys that haven't played for Coach McCollum on what he specifically is looking for and wanting, how he wants to play. There's going to be a lot of changes during the game, during each 5-minute segment. I envision that. And to Bobby's point, he can go big, or he can go as big as Iowa can go big, or he can put 5 shooters on the floor. But I'm really excited for the first year because part of it is the unknown. You just don't know what you're going to get. I do know this: when you run into Purdue and Maryland and Michigan State and Indiana, there's several new coaches in the league this year. So I don't remember a year in the 28 we've been working together where there's been this much change at the top, and therefore, and of course, it has a lot to do with the NIL and the transfer portal too. So I can't really answer that question, but I saw one poll they're picked for 8th or 9th, out of 18 Big Ten teams. I think that'd be a good start.
Yeah.
And then you have Lady Luck go your way. You might get to 6 or 7, and if you get that far up, you're going to be playing come March.
Well, there's going to be a lot of pleasant surprises throughout the year, I think, too. I think that's the cool thing is there's things that these guys know more about basketball than most people do, and we don't know because the unknown that's out there, Bobby. There's going to be some fun developing stories throughout the year, isn't there?
Yeah, what the unknown is, to Gary's point, is who are some of the players on these teams, and I've been spending a lot of time in the last couple of months trying to read up on who the new coaches are. Buzz Williams at Maryland. You got Niko Medved up at Minnesota. You still got Greg Gard up in Wisconsin.
DeVries.
You got DeVries at Indiana. You got Underwood still down there at Illinois. But Matt Painter. I mean, this guy, the team he's got ranked number 1
Tom
in the country.
Izzo guy's a pretty good coach, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's not bad.
He's still there.
He's not bad.
So it's Steve Peichel out at Rutgers.
Yeah.
I mean, Musselman at USC, McCronin at UCLA. So it's a gauntlet. Every game that played, you got to be ready to go. And these guys all want to be professional athletes. Well, they are professional athletes, and to play in the NBA, you're going to face unbelievable teams every night out as well. So you got to be ready, and you got to make shots. But what's going to keep Hawkeyes in these games, Matt, is the ability to play defense and the ability to rebound.
Absolutely. 28. Is this year 28 for you guys?
This is number 28.
Dolph keeps track.
28.
Well, Podolak.
And Bobby's been on with you every single step of the way, right?
He has.
We have.
He has. I did Northwestern for 6 years, and I'd bump into the 3 legends ahead of us, Zabel and Brooks and Gonder, and there were a few others
God
in there.
bless them.
Yeah, God rest their souls. Gonder's still with
He's
us.
still around.
Thank Big Goose. But Iowa radio is a big part of the University of Iowa. Has been historically, and so we'll try and hang in there for a few more years.
And I don't think Iowa fans realize how lucky they are to have. I mean, you and Podolak did it for so long, and now Pat doing it, but you two doing it. I mean, that's. And this is gonna make you guys mad, but I grew up listening to it. I mean, and,
well, thank you, man.
And I don't mean that. I was a little older. I was getting high school, college wise, but people remember that. You've been in people's homes for so many times, and so that they're gonna grow up and they're gonna say, "These are the guys that you're like family to them." So they're as good a people as they are on the radio. And I would say if they weren't, but they really are good people.
Matt, thank you, but it's an honor to sit in these chairs.
Yeah.
Believe me, over all these years, and to sit alongside Gary and the friendship that we've developed, and even what I've learned from Dolph is the friendships that he has, and I piggyback on that with the other guys, the other Mike, the other guys at Ohio State, Matt LePage at Wisconsin, Brian Barnhart. Listened to him on the radio, the Illinois football game, driving around last Saturday. So just getting to know those guys, on a professional level. Where when I first started doing this, they were the competition. It was like, you don't talk to the competition, right? And Dolphy was over there, glad-handed with them and getting to know them. And I think they're all great guys, and we all understand we are blessed and honored to be sitting in front of this mic.
Well, I am blessed and honored to have you guys join my little goofy show that I'm doing.
Appreciate
and I
it, Matt.
appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys again real soon.
Okay, bud.
All right, guys, we got one more break to get to, and then we will be back to wrap up a fun edition of Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. We'll do that right after we pay a few bills. We'll be right back. Are you looking to take your next party, tailgate, or golf outing to the next level? You need Mobile Party Experience. MPX features 3 top-of-the-line party trailers equipped with all the amenities you need to party like a rock star. Smart TVs, Yeti coolers, JBL sound systems, grills, bathrooms, and much more. Mobile Party Experience is an experience like no other. Check out my-mpx.com or call 563-514-1470 and book your Mobile Party Experience today.
Give me the keys. Learning to drive can be stressful for both the student and, yes, the parent as well. Relax. There's an easy way to avoid the stress. Skiles Driving School in East Moline has been helping new drivers hit the road with confidence for over 20 years. Whether you're a teen earning your first license or an adult looking for behind-the-wheel training, we've got you covered. Their certified instructors are patient, experienced, and use modern vehicles equipped for safety and comfort. From classroom instruction to real-world driving, we make learning safe, affordable, and even fun. Call 309-278-0098 or visit skylesdriving.com. Skiles Driving School. Get in, buckle up, drive your future forward.
There we go. Welcome back. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in Iowa City. I had a little power bump action going here, so I'm going to get Tommy's microphone working real fast. Gotta love live television-ish type of stuff we're doing here. Now, Tom, now we can hear you.
Buttons
now
that
we can hear you,
about.
Tom Kakert.
I don't even know about.
Now we can
hey,
hear
if
you.
we look over the shoulder, you can watch the Iowa basketball team practice.
Yeah, they don't need to listen to us. You can
you
just watch practice and
sneak in and watch
see what's
practice.
Going on.
Yeah.
What did you learn? Tom Kakert from the Hawkeye Report joining me right now on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo.
What did I learn
What
today?
did you learn today?
Trevin Urich is maybe a guy to watch.
Really?
7-footer freshman.
Now he committed to Drake.
He committed to UNI.
UNI, okay.
He was at UNI, and then when Ben got the job, he decided to open things up and come to Iowa. And he's a big Hawk fan. Dad went to University of Iowa.
He's living the dream.
Yeah, so it's awesome. And apparently he hit 2 3-pointers yesterday, and so 7-footer can stretch the floor. He's gotten in better shape. Run the floor better laterally and everything. So maybe he's, I don't know, that's just the guy that
they need
Ben,
some size, I think. That's the one maybe if they wanted to go big, they don't maybe have a ton of size right now.
They don't have a ton of size. In fact, I was talking with Cooper Koch, and he was saying he might play some 4. And, but that, I like stretch 4s. So they're a dangerous team because they've got guys that can shoot. Isaia Howard, he's a shooter. Hansen, who you I think had on here.
Hansen, Stirtz, Koch.
Yeah,
they all can shoot the heck out of it.
Isaia Howard shot 38% this summer from 3, so it's a big improvement for him. Now he's got to do it in game situations, but I think it's pretty exciting.
There's some energy in the last 2 days when it comes to the women's basketball program, men's basketball program, a different energy. And it's not, like I just said to Bobby, it's not a bash at last year and what's going on and all those kind of things, but it's just a new, re-energized program.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel that? And that's kind of what it's been. I felt like today that's the biggest takeaway I get out of it.
I'm just anxious to see this team. I'm anxious to see what they look like on the floor. And to see what this all looks like. I know everybody got worked up a little bit over the weekend when they saw that they kind of got it handed to them a little bit at SLU, but SLU was, like Ben told me last week when I asked him about it. He was like, "Hey, we don't really prepare. We just kind of go in and we play and we learn." And I'm playing a lot of young guys, playing a lot of different combinations. That first one. The second one, when they play against Texas Tech, who's one of the 10 best teams in the country, they'll get a better gauge on where they're at, I think, because Ben wants to play a little harder in that one.
Personality-wise, and we didn't get to get him over here for the show. He's getting ready for practice, so we'll have Alvaro Figueres. I'm going to use that against James Allen. I'm going to say, because he's like, I'll bring him. Very popular. So
he's great.
Our question during the show was the class clown on the team, and 5 for 5.
Oh yeah. Everybody
says Alvaro.
Alvaro is.
I'm going to use this against James Allen to get Alvaro on the show eventually. I'm going to say, hey, you never got him over.
He's funny.
What personality-wise, I think is fun, and then he's a good basketball player too.
Yeah, and he's a really skilled guy. Bennett joked last week when I talked to him about Alvaro, and he said, "Well, I don't know that they even had a weight room at Robert Morris, just because he had to adjust to the strength and conditioning that they had to do." And so I said that to him today, and he was like, he thought I was serious initially, and I was like, "Hey, I think we were joking about that."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, it was not like this one, But he's like, "Oh yeah, I got to work on the conditioning," and he's a really talented player though. He's got a good feel for the game. Interesting thing, he that I don't think a lot of people realize, he played a year at DME Academy down in Florida, the same place where Kristen Keegan-Murray played.
Oh,
so I asked him about that, and just that, because we never got to talk to him during the summer, and just Chris and Keegan are kind of legends down there for obvious reasons, because they're both first-round draft picks.
Someone mentioned, maybe it was Bobby or Gary Dolphin was just on that, he brought up Luka Garza as somebody he used to watch a lot of as well, which I think is energy-wise and talent-wise. Obviously, talent-wise, I mean, Luka Garza is Luka Garza, so I'm not putting him in that category. But I think energy-wise is somebody, Luka came and what you saw is what you got, and I think Alvaro could be very similar as well.
I think one of the other things that I think is emerging is the defensive attitude that they're going to have. Every guy tells me, like, hey, we're not letting guys get within 15 feet. We're cutting that off. We're trying to keep them out of the lane. That's kind of our goal. So I think that's something defensively. Even Cooper talks about it. A little more emphasis on defense. And that's no shot at Fran. Yeah. It's not a shot at Fran. It's just there's different ways to play basketball, and I do think they want to play faster. I mean, Drake was a snail last year. Yeah. And Ken Palm and all the stuff. Drink, by the way, wheezy when I said Ken Palm. So, they've got to, they're going to try and push the tempo a little bit more this year. I don't think they're getting crazy, but I think they're going to try and push tempo. So we'll see what happens. But somebody on my message board when I posted a link to this asked, when is the OG Weezy going to be on here? And I said, I don't know.
I'm sure he'll watch, and that's something we might have to negotiate. He's
a busy man.
His demands contractually are high.
Yes, they are.
To say the least. I wanted to bring up, because you kind of talked about it a little bit, but I talked to Bennett Stirtz, and I said some people look at this and say they got 6 Drake guys, and their head coach is going to be Drake in a different uniform, and he said
D2 Drake last year.
Yeah, and he doesn't he's like, no, it's going to look different because we have some shooting, we have some people that can stretch the floor below it. And Coach McCollum said on here, we will eventually want to look more like we were D2 wise.
And they ran.
And they ran and got up and down the floor and all that kind of stuff. I don't think you can't just simply say this is Drake over in Iowa City. I will say this though. If you had the top 6 Drake guys coming back this year, and they're still Drake, and you added Hansen and Alvaro, people would have Drake in the top 15 in the country.
Yeah.
I think that's just.
Hey, keep an eye on Trey Thompson.
It's a different way to look.
Keep an eye on Trey Thompson too. What's
he at out there?
He's 17 years old, and he's playing college basketball. So he's.
And everyone tells me he's playing really, really well.
Yes.
Josh Sash even told me he's impressive.
He's very impressive, but it's gonna, he's gonna also have some ups and downs as a young player. So, at 17 years old.
That's Alvaro over his shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah, number 7. That's Alvaro Garras. Yeah. Yes.
So, I think it's gonna be. So tell us real quick before we wrap things up. Hawkeye Report was here. Kyle's here. Dennis is here. You're here. Tell people what they can kind of expect and see on the Hawkeye Report.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of takeaways from this. We'll have some video scrimmage or whatever they're going to do the practice today. Kyle's going to shoot some of that. So we'll have some footage. I've got some interviews. Probably do a podcast, although you're pretty busy, so you probably can't even do it anymore. We never have you on anymore because you're too busy.
I'm more intrigued with honestly, we should just shut up and move the camera so people can watch. Practice is just starting here. Media gets to be here for I think 20-30 minutes before they kick us out.
Booted out.
I'm waiting for you to catch a basketball in the head over here.
We can only hope.
There's a lot of people that would love to see that as well. So, it's been a really fun 2 days here in Iowa City. I feel like I should do more shows in Iowa City. I think I should do all of them from here.
Tuesdays.
I get better internet here than I do at my house sometimes, but it's been a bunch of fun. If you guys missed any of the show, we opened up with Cooper Koch. Bennett Stirtz was on with us as well. Brendan Hansen was also over joining us. Isaia Howard. And then we also finished things up before Tommy with Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen. 28 years of Bobby and Gary doing it. It's about as good as it gets, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've done it for a long time. So it's been a fun show. If you missed yesterday's show as well, Addie Deal, Taylor McCabe, Taylor Stremlow, Journey Houston, Jan Jensen, and Kyle Huseman, the better part of the Hawkeye Report. So take some time over the next couple days, check it out. We'll be back with a show in studio tomorrow, a busy show tomorrow as well. And then Friday we'll be back on the road at the Soul Bowl for Moline and United Township. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next time right here on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo.